Google Merchant Center is a great way to share data about your e-commerce business with Google. Hi, my name is Alan Kent, and I'm a developer advocate at Google. In this episode, I'm going to share 6 tips on how to get the most out of Merchant Center for your presence in search results. The most common use for Merchant Center is to upload product data via structured feeds. Because feeds are designed to be read by computers, data is extracted more reliably than Googlebot crawling your site and extracting data from web page markup. If you're familiar with structured data, you may be wondering whether to embed structured data in web pages or provide a feed to Merchant Center. Google's recommendation is to do both. Google may cross-check feed data against your website, so product structured data in web pages is still recommended even if you also provide Merchant Center feeds. If you have physical stores, you can also share inventory location data with Google. This can then be used by Google when answering queries for products near me. Note that there are other e-commerce related non-product feeds. For example, if your business creates goods, you can provide authoritative product data via Manufacturer Center. Finally, please note that Merchant Center product data feeds are also used by experiences other than search, such as Google Ads. In this episode, I focus on the relationship between Merchant Center and search results. Let's dive into 6 tips for using Merchant Center to improve your presence in search results. The Googlebot web crawler attempts to locate all products on your site by following links between pages. Googlebot, however, may miss pages in some circumstances. For example, you may have some products only reachable from on-site search results. Google typically does not enter search terms into your on-site search box to discover new pages. If you have a product page and you are not sure if it is indexed, you can use the URL inspection tool. This will report what Google Search knows about your page. You can also use site:/URL as a search term to search for that specific URL. In a previous episode, I described creating a sitemap file to list the important pages to index on your site. The sitemap file is used by the Googlebot crawler to find pages on your site without relying solely on links between pages. But there is another way. Creating a Merchant Center product feed will help Google discover all the product pages on your website. These product page URLs are shared with the Googlebot crawler to potentially use as starting points for crawls of additional pages. It is, however, important to note that this and some other Merchant Center features are not available in all countries. Please refer to the Merchant Center Help Center for up-to-date lists of countries features are available in. The second tip is to check the accuracy of product pricing data used by Google. If Google incorrectly extracts pricing data from your product pages, it may show your original price instead of your discounted price in search results. To check if Google is extracting price data accurately, quickly test a sample of results. You can search for a product page and check the price displayed if rich results are displayed. Search using site:/URL for your product page to return the web page as a search result. To accurately provide product information such as list price, discounts, and net price, it is recommended to add structured data to your web pages and provide Merchant Center with structured feeds of your product data. This will help Google correctly interpret pricing shown on product pages. Tip number 3 is to minimize inconsistencies in pricing and availability data between your website and Google's understanding of your site due to timing lags. For example, Google crawls web pages on your site according to its own schedule. Changes on your site may not be noticed until the next Googlebot crawl. On the other hand, Merchant Center feeds can be updated on a more consistent schedule, such as once a day or even once an hour. These delays can result in Merchant Center and search indexes lagging behind site changes, such as when a product goes out of stock. I described how to check Google's understanding of your pricing data in the previous tip using a site:/URL query. In addition, Merchant Center may identify products that have different pricing data according to your website due to delays in processing. This can negatively impact your products in search results until the discrepancy is resolved. Merchant Center also allows you to download all pricing data in bulk if you want to do a more exhaustive reconciliation of pricing data in Merchant Center against your website. To reduce lag, you can request Merchant Center to process your feeds more frequently. This can reduce the time lag between the product data changing on your website and Google being aware of it. Another approach is to enable automated item updates in Merchant Center. This causes Merchant Center to automatically update collected pricing and stock level data based on web page contents when discrepancies are detected. This is based on the assumption that your website is updated real time when pricing or availability changes. Tip number 4 is to check your products are getting rich results treatment in search results. Rich results are displayed at Google's discretion, but rely on Google having rich product data. To check if your product pages are receiving rich results presentation treatment, you can use a site:/URL query to search for a specific web page. If not found, the page may not be indexed. You can also use the Google Search URL inspection tool to verify if Google is indexing your product page. To get the special rich products presentation format, it is recommended to provide both structured data in your product pages and a product feed to Merchant Center. This will help ensure that Google correctly understands how to extract product data from your product pages needed for rich text product results. Also check for error messages in Google Search Console and Merchant Center. Tip number 5 is to ensure, if you have physical stores, that your products are being found when users add phrases such as "near me" to their queries. To test if locality data is being processed correctly, you may need to be physically near one of your physical stores and then search for your product with "near me" or similar added. Register your physical store locations in your Google Business profile and then provide a local inventory feed to Merchant Center. The local inventory feed includes product identifiers and store codes so Google knows where your inventory is physically located. You might also like to check out Pointy from Google. Pointy is a device that connects to your in-store point-of-sale system and automatically informs Google of inventory data from your physical store. The final tip is related to the Shopping tab. You may find your products are available in search results, but not appearing. To see if your products are present, the easiest way is to go to the Shopping tab and search for them. To be eligible for the Shopping tab, provide product data feeds via Merchant Center and opt into Surfaces across Google. Structured data in product pages alone is not sufficient to be included in the Shopping tab search results. This is the final episode in the current series on improving the presence of your e-commerce website in search results. If you have topics you would like seen included in a future series, please leave a comment. If you have found this series useful and you would like to see more similar content, make sure to like and subscribe. Google Search Central publishes new content every week. Until next time, take care.